Flicker was a tiny firefly. She lived in a vast, enchanting forest filled with towering trees and vibrant flowers. Every night, the forest would come alive with the twinkling lights of countless fireflies, each one shining brightly in the dark. But Flicker was different. Her light was not as bright as the others, and she often felt overshadowed by their brilliance. She had big eyes and a big heart. Flicker loved to explore the forest, always curious about the world around her. Her big eyes would light up with wonder at the sight of new things, and her heart was full of dreams and hopes. Despite her small light, she believed she had something special to offer, but her light was very small. It was a gentle glow, barely noticeable in the sea of bright lights around her. Flicker often wondered why her light was so dim. She tried to understand what made her different from the other fireflies, but the answer always eluded her.
"Why is your glow so dim? It's hardly there," the other fireflies would often ask her. They didn't mean to be unkind, but their words stung. Flicker felt a pang of sadness every time she heard those questions. She wished she could explain, but she didn't have the answers herself.
Flicker felt sad. She would retreat to a quiet corner of the forest, away from the others, and let her tears fall. The darkness seemed to close in around her, making her feel even smaller and more insignificant. But in those moments of solitude, she would also find a strange sense of peace. She wished her light was as strong as the others. Flicker would watch the other fireflies with a mix of admiration and envy. Their lights were so bright, so dazzling. They seemed to dance effortlessly through the night, their glow illuminating everything around them. Flicker longed to be like them, to shine just as brightly. Flicker tried to shine her light brighter. She would concentrate with all her might, focusing on the tiny spark within her. She believed that if she tried hard enough, she could make her light grow. She would close her eyes and imagine herself glowing as brightly as the others. She squeezed her tail tight. Flicker thought that maybe, just maybe, if she put enough effort into it, her light would finally shine as brightly as she dreamed. She would strain and squeeze, hoping to see a change. But no matter how hard she tried, her light remained small and gentle. But her light stayed small and gentle. It was a soft, warm glow that seemed to whisper rather than shout. Flicker began to realize that her light, though not as bright as the others, had its own unique beauty. It was a light that brought comfort and calm, a light that was gentle and kind.
"Don't worry, Flicker. Your light is special," one of the older fireflies said to her one night. They had noticed her struggles and wanted to offer some comfort. "Your light may be small, but it has a warmth and gentleness that is truly unique. It may not be the brightest, but it is still beautiful in its own way."
The fireflies loved to play hide and seek. They hid behind leaves and flowers. Their bright lights flickered in the night, but when Flicker hid, nobody could find her.
"Your light is too dim, Flicker."
Flicker felt her cheeks burn. She wanted to join the fun, but her light was too shy to be seen. Luna flew next to Flicker.
"Come on, let's play together."
The fireflies flew deep into the forest. They chased each other through the trees, but soon the night grew darker. The fireflies bumped into branches.
"I can't see, I'm lost."
The fireflies were scared. The forest was big and scary. Their lights flickered nervously in the dark.
"We'll never find our way home."
Flicker knew she had to help. Flicker took a deep breath, feeling determined. She flew to the tallest branch in the forest. "Don't worry, I have a plan, trust me." The fireflies looked up in surprise and curiosity. Flicker's light was small, but it was steady and bright. "Follow me, everyone. My light will show the way forward." Flicker flew slowly and carefully through the night. She knew the forest well, like the back of her wing. Her gentle light led the way through the darkness. The fireflies followed Flicker's light. They moved in a synchronized dance, their tiny bodies glowing softly in the night. The forest was alive with the gentle hum of their wings, creating a symphony of light and sound. Flicker, the leader, was not the brightest, but her light was unwavering. She had a purpose, and the others trusted her completely. It wasn't bright, but it was constant. In the vast darkness of the forest, This consistency was a beacon of hope. The other fireflies, with their sporadic flashes, found solace in Flicker's steady glow. It was a reminder that even the smallest, most consistent light could guide them through the darkest of times. It didn't flash or flicker like the others. While the other fireflies dazzled with their intermittent bursts of light, Flicker's glow was a constant presence. It was this reliability that made her special. She was the anchor in the ever-changing dance of lights, a steady hand in a world of unpredictability. It was a beacon in the dark. The forest, with its towering trees and dense foliage, could be a daunting place. But with Flicker leading the way, the path seemed less intimidating. Her light cut through the darkness, providing a sense of direction and purpose. The other fireflies followed her without hesitation, knowing that she would lead them to safety.
Your light is perfect, Flicker. The voice was soft but filled with admiration. It was a sentiment shared by all the fireflies. They had come to rely on Flicker's light, not just for guidance, but for the comfort it brought. In a world where everything seemed to change in the blink of an eye, Flicker's steady glow was a constant source of reassurance.
The other fireflies nodded in agreement. They had all experienced moments of doubt and fear, but Flicker's light had always been there to guide them. It was a silent agreement, a collective acknowledgement of the importance of her presence. They knew that without her, they would be lost in the vast expanse of the forest. They were grateful for Flicker's dim but steady glow. It was a light that never wavered, never faltered. In the darkest of nights, when the forest seemed to close in around them, Flicker's light was a beacon of hope. It was a reminder that even in the most challenging times, there was always a way forward. It was leading them out of the darkness. The path ahead was uncertain, filled with twists and turns. But with Flicker at the helm, the fireflies felt a sense of purpose. They moved forward with confidence, knowing that they were not alone. Flicker's light illuminated the way, casting a warm glow on the path ahead. Flicker felt a warm glow inside her, even warmer than her light. It was the warmth of knowing she was making a difference, that her light was guiding her friends to safety. In that moment, Flicker realized that her true strength lay not in the brightness of her glow, but in its consistency. And with that realization, her light shone even brighter, a golden beacon in the heart of the forest. Through the trees, they saw a familiar sight. Their homes glowed warmly in the distance. The fireflies cheered. Flicker's light had guided them back home.
Hooray for Flicker! You saved us!
Flicker blushed. She had never felt so happy. She realized that it didn't matter if her light was dim. What mattered was that it was special, and it had helped her friends. From that day on, the fireflies never teased Flicker again. They had always thought that Flicker's light was too dim to be of any use. But on that fateful night, when the forest was plunged into darkness, it was Flicker's steady glow that guided them to safety. The other fireflies realized that Flicker's light, though not the brightest, was the most reliable. They learned to appreciate the unique qualities that each of them possessed. They learned that even the smallest light can be the brightest beacon. Flicker's bravery and determination shone through, proving that courage and kindness are more important than mere brightness. The fireflies began to see the value in each other's strengths and weaknesses, understanding that together, they could overcome any challenge. Flicker's story spread throughout the forest, inspiring other creatures to embrace their own unique qualities and to support one another. And they learned that being brave and helpful is more important than being the brightest of all. Flicker became a symbol of hope and resilience, reminding everyone that true strength comes from within. The fireflies started to work together more harmoniously, helping each other in times of need and celebrating their differences. They realized that their community was stronger when they supported one another, and Flicker's example became a guiding light for all. And so, Flicker, the firefly with the dim but constant light, became known throughout the forest as Flicker the Brave. His story was told and retold, becoming a legend among the forest creatures. Flicker's light, though not the brightest, was a symbol of unwavering courage and steadfastness. The other fireflies looked up to him, and he became a mentor to the younger ones, teaching them the importance of inner strength and perseverance, the little firefly who saved the day. Flicker's legacy lived on, reminding everyone that no matter how small or dim their light might seem, it has the power to make a difference. The forest was a brighter, more united place because of Flicker's bravery, and his story continued to inspire generations to come.